Welcome to adding sources to Family Tree at FamilySearch.org. First thing we're going to do is get to FamilySearch.org and then add your username and password, which I've already done, so I'll sign in. Once at the opening page here, we want to go to Family Tree and then click Tree. Now we want to add sources. At a glance, I can tell immediately that these people right here have sources that can be attached. How can I tell? There's a blue box. That blue box indicates that there is a source included in FamilySearch which can be attached to that person, although you need to double check and make sure it is for the right person. These sources come from all the massive indexing that people have done, which is a wonderful boon to family history because these sources often solve problems that may not have been known before. So in this case, we're going to go to John Coker. Click him once, click person. That takes me to a more detailed view. You see on the right-hand side here, we're not going to talk about these exclamation points right now. We're going to look at these blue boxes because this is where there are sources that could maybe be added to John Coker. So I'm going to actually click Show All so I can see them all at a glance. See the record hints right here. It says there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 record hints that could be attached to him. Now this first one, John Coker, a marriage, 22nd of January 1841 to Sarah Ann Timms. I'm going to click Review and Attach. This gives me the opportunity to review to make sure the information does indeed belong to this person, because sometimes it does not. So I see John Coker. Right here, this is the information from the source on the left-hand side. This is my information on the right-hand side. So if I can look at down here, I can see this date of marriage is the same date that I have, so I know it is a correct record. So I will click Attach. Then I can click Compare and see if it's correct and attach. Now that record will go to both John Coker and to Sarah Timms. Now I had two tabs up here. When I clicked the source, it actually opened a new tab. So I can actually click on the other tab to go back and look at another one. So let's look at this 1850 census. Review and attach. I can see he's living in Clark County, Clark County, Mississippi. And I can add that. It will go into a special place on his person page if I think it's the right person. If I'm not exactly sure, I can actually go up here and look at the image, and I can look and see if I think it's the right person. It's going to be slow today, and if I scroll up, I can make it larger, or I can click the plus button here to make it larger until I find John Coker. And there he is with Sarah, William, Jasper, and Anne. If I want to double check, I can click back on one of my other tabs and actually go back and look and see, does he have a child named William, Jasper, and Anne? And he does. So I know it is a correct source. So I can just X out of that image, takes me back here, and I know I can attach that record and it belongs to him. Now, since I've already used that tab to go back to him, I can actually click back over there, and if I want to attach more sources, click on the Show All again. And you'll notice there are 3 more marriages, the same date, the same person. You can certainly add all of those. It's just that sometimes that a different particular counties or states may have different sources of records, and so sometimes you may end up with 3 or 4 or even 5 different sources for that same record. But right now we'll just end that for now. That's basically how you add a source. Now let's talk about these sources. Go into this box right here called Sources. You can see there's the marriage, there's that 1850 census. If I want to make sure that it's chronological order, I can click on Options, and I can do that. Now let's say I want to add a source from somewhere else other than FamilySearch. So in this case, let's go back to tree. Now you can see I'm kind of lost here, so I'm going to click on this little home up here and it's going to take me back to me. And I want to add a source that I found for my father. So I'll click him, click person. Now the source I found is over here on Ancestry.com. And I found that my father actually had to enlist or draft, he was drafted or had to fill out a draft card for World War II. He did not serve in World War II, but he did in Korea. So in this case, I would really like to attach that record to FamilySearch over here. So what I'm going to do on FamilySearch, I will click the word Add Source. And then I will click Add New Source. Now I'll put the date here. The date of this record is 1940 to 1947. It says registration date is 1947. That's actually after the war. So let's do 1947. Now they have this little box that comes up, so you want to click that because that shows that it's a standardized date. And FamilySearch is big on standardized dates because it helps to optimize their search engine and standardized places as well. Now for a title, I can come over here and I can actually swipe this and copy it, or copy it however is easiest for you, and paste it here. Then I will come up here and I'm going to click this URL up at the top. I'm doing a right click and copy. Then I'll come back over here and I'll do a right click and I'll paste. And now I can add that source to my source box if I'd like to, and save. The advantage of adding a source to your source box is if you know that more than one person is going to be involved in that source. That way you can find it a lot more easily. But in this case, I'll go ahead and add it and I'm going to save. And now that source is added to my father's source box. That's a quick overview of adding sources. Go and try it now. Have fun. Bye.